Okay, guys. Welcome to today's broadcast, and we are going to be taking a step further into all that we have been doing. And I could recall the last session that I had with us. I actually told us that we are going to take this. We talked about in our last video. We talked about um, creating your productive asset, building your positive asset, factoring the lizard and the spider mindset. And in that video, we actually said a whole lot of things. We talked about how that you can actually create something, you can build something that will. I think we should just take a dive to the YouTube channel, and then at Gifted Ambrose, and then we'll try to see the things we talked about. Now this is my YouTube channel, this is my YouTube page, and then we factored a whole lot of things, of which these things are topics. These are words that can actually help you shape your life and help you reposition yourself for something big. A whole lot of us young people out there, we are aspiring for greatness. We are actually wanting to do many things. We want to change the world. Like they said, the future belongs to the youth. Tomorrow is for the youth. And then I could recall in that video we said a whole lot of things. We talked about how you can build your productive assets. You can start something today that can actually become a spring for you. It can create a whole lot of value for you in the next future to come. And I remember I give you an example of what productive assets could look like or could be in a layman's understanding. And I remember I talked about the musicians, how that when they sing a song today, they keep earning royalties from it continuously, even after they are dead, even after their demise, they keep earning royalties. Another example is the writers, people that write and publish books. You see, they continue to earn royalties. As much as people are reading those books, people are downloading those books, people are buying those books. Now these were these were things they did one time. You put up something one time, and then all you just have to do is you just harvest it from time to time, not all the time. So that energy that you have to be working all the time, you have to dissipate a lot of energy to keep working and working all the time. You have to work before you earn. It's no more there again, because while you have actually successfully built for yourself a productive asset. So if in this journey of greatness is something you want to do, now if you look at the first if you go to the video or to my playlist, if you go to the playlist, you actually see that it's you go to the playlist Gifted Ambrose. So some of you can go to the playlist, and so you can just play all the videos, because there's something that will interest you. They will actually add a whole lot of beautiful things into your journey to building generational wealth, to creating financial freedom. So if you go to my playlist, you'll see that actually this video is actually the fourth. It's actually the fourth. That's, you have 1, 2, 3, and it's actually the fourth. And it's titled How to Build Your Productive Assets. So if you can listen again and share, you will see that you're going to gain a whole lot of value. And today we want to actually give you an example, just bring a practical thing you can do. And I said we're going to be helping, we're going to be creating, we're going to be sharing a lot of things you can actually do, because for a lot of people, they have the zeal, they are willing to do something, they're willing to create something, but what can I actually do? What are the skills I can actually learn that will help me in the next future? What are the things I can put my mind to? I tell people, I said, going to school is fantastic, but if after you have gone to school, you're not able to reproduce the knowledge that your lecturers has given to you, you're not able to replicate it in your daily life, then it's a waste of time, it's a waste of resources, it's a waste of effort. So you can actually go to school and come out and still end up becoming a hobo on the sidewalk of life, becoming a speck in the dust, a speck in the universe. So you don't want that. You want to actually give your time to something that can be more productive. Now, going to school is very, very beautiful. I encourage young people, If you have the opportunity to go to school, please go to school and make the most of it. I remember when I was in my secondary level of education, and before we would go into the classroom, our principal and some of the head teachers, they will come to us. They will tell us things like, don't pass through the school, rather, but you should let the school pass through you. Because a lot of times people go to school, when they're trying to learn one or two things, this knowledge just pass through you. No, he said no, let the knowledge pass through you. Don't pass through the knowledge. Don't pass through the school, because if you pass through the school, you'll see the things that people do in the school, and that's just all about it. But if you allow the system that the school has created, if you allow the mechanism, the modus operandi, whatever the system that the school system is supposed to deliver to you, if you allow it to go through you, you will see that thoroughly you're going to be a refurbished person. Because your mind, the reason why they taught us algebra, word problems in mathematics, they taught us a lot of beautiful things, is so they could prepare our minds for the future, for tomorrow, for when you get into adulthood. But a lot of times we go through school without taking proper cognizance to these things that our lecturers, our teachers have actually shown to us or have exposed to us. And that's why when we come out of schools and we are like, we cannot really get the fix. They tell you find X, find Y, find Z, but now you're in the real life, you're just wondering where is X in life, where is Y in life, because you cannot easily connect what you learned from school and what you are actually doing here in life. So the school is actually meant to train our minds, to open your mind to possibilities, where you can see possibilities and then think. Just while you are standing, while you are at your feet, you are thinking, you're producing solutions, you're preferring solutions, you are doing things. When things are happening, you're not just just at the snap of your finger, your mind is actually running, because that mind has been totally trained, has been put to work, has been used. I remember when I was in primary school, there were things when they tried to teach us, maybe like in mathematics, like when they taught us the law of gravity, what goes up must come down. They taught us the law of motion, all these things. And there were things when they would teach us, like in mathematics. I remember my mathematics teacher will come to class, and then he will tell you, class, he will write in the board, 1 minus 2, 1 subtracted from 2. I think then I was like maybe primary 2, 3, or 4, or thereabouts, and then equals to impossible. That will be the answer. So if you were to write an exam at that time of your life, at that stage of your life, the answer for you to write that exam and pass successfully or go through the next class, the answer will be what? Impossible. Now, why did they tell us it's impossible? Because they felt that our minds were very, very young, and they could not be able to grasp or understand to the full length some discussions, some subject matter. So you rather leave it the way it is and just tell people it's impossible, it doesn't work, it can't happen. You cannot take 2 away from 1. I mean, it's at that level it's reasonable. But when I got into primary 5, took the common entrance, got into junior level secondary school 1, 2, 3, another mathematics teacher will come to you and write the same equation, 1 subtracted from 2, 1 minus 2, and then he said the answer is what? Minus 1. Now, while I was in my junior secondary level 1, I thought I battled with this. How is it possible? What is minus 1? What does it mean? But as time goes on, my mind started to develop some more. I began to understand some things freely, easily. I didn't need anybody to even explain more. Now, at the level that I was taught 1 minus 2, it's impossible. It will have been a disaster for anybody to try to explain that, for me to just understand that 1 minus 2 is actually minus 1. I would have, it would have been a disaster. It would have been a mess. Maybe I would have just focused. I wouldn't focus on any other thing. I would be thinking about it, because even when I got to junior level, junior level one in secondary school, I still had some difficulty to understand that, until one day, the math teacher brought two oranges and made this analogy. He said, "You are owing your friend one orange, and you have two oranges, and then you take out one and give." That one was easy. That is now one subtracted from two, it gives you one. That one was very easy to understand. But he now said it in a way like, imagine you were owing your friends two pieces of oranges, and then you had only one, and then you decide to give that your friend that one, and then he takes it gladly. How many will be left? One, right? You're still owing one, you're no longer owing two. Immediately it just stuck into my head, and I grasped it. And then my mind, went from the low level of thinking, of understanding, to another level. So my mind could take more, my mind could conceive more ideas, more details. Do you understand? So that's why we go through school. So if you're going through school and things are not happening to your mind, some thoughts are not striking in your mind, some thought processes, new things are not coming into your mind, you discover that you are only just wasting your time. So please don't do that to yourself. Ensure that if you have the opportunity to go to school, make the most of it. And be the best in your class. Someone was saying, if I'm number one and then we are 15 in the classroom, and then all of us are the best. Well, no, there's no law that prohibits that everybody must score 100 over 100 in class. There are no laws that prohibit such. Everyone can become the best in the class. You take an exam and then you have 100%. This is how to challenge your mind, because the goals you set for your mind is what keeps your mind running. If you want to be a mediocre, you want to be average, you discover that you just don't put effort to doing things, to changing your life. You just do what you see, and then if you like, you study. If you like, you don't study. You go to party. You just do what everybody is doing. You see, you do what everybody is doing, what the whole universe are doing. But for you to become number one, you have to do things differently. You want to score 100% in your grades, you got to do things differently. You got to burn the night candle. You got to go to library at other times. You got to take extracurricular activities. You do things that even your body will know that yes, you're actually preparing for a task. So this is how you can actually make the best use of your schooling time. And don't waste it. I tell you, don't waste it. So that's an aside. So after going to school, then you're out of school, and then you cannot be able to replicate such knowledge. Like I said earlier on, it means you probably just wasted your time, and you wouldn't want to be doing that all through your life. You learn something, and then you come to the real life, you cannot apply what you learn. So for such people, maybe they have their IQ is a bit low, and then they've not really given to them they've not given to themselves the proper training for their mind. What do you need to do? Find a skill to learn. There are several skills you could learn, and then when you learn these things and learn it proficiently, you will see that these skills will be something that is going to put you in a position where you become financially free. You become a boss of yourself. At some point, you might even go ahead to becoming an employer of labor. You become an investor. You just grow from becoming employed to becoming a business owner, and then you grow to a level of becoming an investor. These are three phases of life that when you're aspiring for greatness. First, you are employed. You started out, after training, you had to practice with somewhere. You had to learn. When you're learning your skills, you are employed somewhere. Someone has employed you. They are teaching you something, and they are paying you. And after a while, you discover that you have learned that particular thing, and then you are a bit proficient in doing such, in handling such things. Then from then henceforth, you try to set up your own system to doing that same thing. If you think like this, it won't be long. You will discover that you will become somebody that you will start employing labor. You start helping other people, and then when you help other people to build you are inadvertently helping yourself to build much more. So please make sure that you make it a duty to go back. If you have not subscribed to the channel Gifted Ambrose, just go ahead and do so. Of course, you can comment, you can like, you can share some of the video, but the last video I shared on this page was on how to build your productive asset, factoring the lizard and the spider mindset. Now, when we're looking at the lizard, the way the lizard feeds, the lizard has to the lizard is likened to people that do this regular work. They wake up in the morning, maybe 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock, then 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock in the morning they have to go to work, they have to go to the office, and then they go to the office, then they work till like maybe they work 8 hours, some work 12 hours, and then they have to close around 5, 6 as the case may be, and then some will have to en route to their home, going back to home, there will be traffic on the way. So you discover that you are spending like 12 to 14 hours of your day every day on things, on something else. You're spending all that chunk of your time investing on somebody's dream, building somebody's dream. You see, this is the mindset of the lizard. So, and you have to do this for you to make your earning at the end of the month or at the end of the week. So my question is, like I said in that particular video, I said, when the lizard becomes sick, what happens? Because you are employed, you are under a contract to work within this time, within this space of time, and then when you complete that duration of time, you're paid in a month, either in a month or in a year. So what happens when you become incapacitated? You cannot work. It means that source of income will not come. You see, when you are sick, you cannot really go to work, and even if you go to work, you cannot work efficiently, and very soon the boss will get so tired because it's like he or she is paying for services that is not being rendered or that he is not using. They could try to put up with you for a while, but after a period of time, you'll be shown the exit, the next exit door. You see, so if you keep working like this all your life, it doesn't matter the kind of job you're doing. Maybe you think you're working and you're earning well. That's beautiful. But you see, as you're earning, you must start thinking of what is something I can build for myself. How can I give back to the people? How can I give back to the economy? How can I, like Abraham Lincoln said, think of what you can do for your nation. Think of what you can do for your nation. Don't always think of what you're going to get. Think of what you can do for that company. Think of what you're going to do for your family. Don't always think about what has daddy done for me. Has daddy left a piece of land for me? Has daddy left a car for me? Has daddy left a fat bank account for me? If you don't have such luxury, it's high time you begin to think of what you can do to give back. What you can do to start a new cause. So as you're earning your salary, you need to start thinking of, like I read the book The Richest Man in Babylon, very nice book, and then it talked about keeping a part of your income for the rainy day, keeping a part of your income. If you work and then you don't save, you are like somebody that you don't have a plan, you don't have a direction, you don't have a focus, because you cannot work and all you earn in a month or in a week, you spend everything on grocery, you spend everything on bills. There has to be some attitude, some habit of saving, such that when opportunities shows up, no matter how little or how big it is, you have something you can use to further that opportunity, to push for that opportunity. So that's why I tell people, don't just work and think you're earning well or you're not earning well. Make sure you have a saving culture. Saving culture is not about the amount of the money you are earning or you are saving. It's a culture, it's a habit. You must inculcate such habit. You must have such habit. If you don't build that habit, even when you are earning $1 million in a month, you will just blow up everything before the month is over. So it's not in the amount of money or in the size of your pay packet at the end of the month. It's not in the size of your business, your revenue at the end of the month. Saving has to do with a culture that you're training yourself. You say, this money I'm keeping it, in the next 6 months I'm keeping this money. You might not even have a focus or a purpose why you're keeping it, but you just tell yourself, I'm going to be keeping 10% of my salary, 20% of my salary. I'm just going to be keeping it one portion of my accounts, such that I can always take advantage of opportunities when it comes. And when 6 months finish, 1 year finish, and nothing comes, hey, you have an extra money you can use to do something. You see, so saving is something you must actually consider, you must profile when you're actually a salary earner. That is, if you have this lizard mentality. So you don't just go get your food and finish it at that moment, because the moment you are hungry and then you go out there to get the food and the food is not coming, you will die of starvation. You will die when sickness comes. You cannot even take care of yourself. But if you look at the spider will build webs in pockets of places, pockets of corner within its environment. And why is it doing that? So that it can actually have excess. Now those webs, those nets has capacity to capture 2 at once. Then another one that he built somewhere else could capture 5, could capture 3, some could even capture 1. But in the end, when he's able to gather all this, he's going to have enough flies to feed on. You see, against the lizard that will only use his mouth to catch one at once, to trap one fly at a time. You see, so this other guy, like I said in the previous video, will actually have the opportunity to go into big business like importing, or exporting. He could do a lot, and then as soon as he has this productive asset well built, that is the web that he has built in pockets of places within his environment, once in a while he will just come and check, has this my web caught anything for me? Has this my productive asset produced anything for me tonight or this month? He harvests what he needs to harvest. He just goes, he can take his family out for vacation. Even while he's sick, the net is there catching more and more flies for it. But the lizard, when he's sick and is on the sick bed, I don't know what can happen. So don't think or live your life as though you're a lizard, because many people, I tell you, this is how they live their life. And continuously, if you do this, you're not helping yourself, I tell you. So today I'm going to be introducing the crypto ecosystem to many of us. I'm going to be showing you 1 or 2 things you can do, and how to get started within the cryptocurrency space. Now, I used to tell people, okay, sorry, let's just quickly go back. Now, if you're watching through the playlist, the last video is how to build a productive asset, so it's actually the 4th video. But if I go back and then I just want to check on the video icon, it's actually the 1st. So whichever one when you hit my handle on YouTube, you just discover that you can actually check any of them. They're good materials. So because of time, we cannot play that. We will just continue what we have to do. So it's very important you look into all of this and factor these things for yourself, because they're going to help you a whole lot way. Oh, today you've not seen my face. Oh, shortly you're going to see my face, and then as we start getting ready to show you many things that you need to know. So very important, we will continue to bring to you things you need to do. Like I said in the last video, we're going to bring some very practical things, and then today I've decided that okay, I'm going to share with some of you some crypto opportunities, some crypto knowledge that you can use to help yourself become much more proficient in this journey. Okay, welcome guys. So that's the face. So today we're going to be looking at how you can actually get yourself into the crypto space. Yes, we're going to be looking at that, and then I'm going to be showing you taking you through some few steps what you can do to get going. And now of course this video is going to be a bit of a long one, because there are going to be practical things. You're going to have to download some things, install some things on your phone. So I'll actually show you what you can do after you have actually gotten an exchange, you downloaded an exchange that you decide to trade with or to learn with, how you can actually fund your account, fund your wallet, and then place your first trade, place your first buy, get some coins if you want to, and I'm going to be telling you the coins that you can actually get, so the crypto is actually like they call it cryptocurrency. Now the world is changing, so you must also start to think of how you can actually do things in a very, very different way. The world is changing, so if you're not thinking, if you're not changing in your thought process, with your mind, with the way you're doing things, learning new things, I'm telling you, very soon you're going to be outdated. I remember growing up as kids, there were some certain type of cars we usually see on the road, but today I don't remember the last time I saw such cars anywhere in the world. What has happened? Newer brands has come. So if you're not in the game of upping your ante, of learning new things, learning new ways to do even the things you're doing currently. Some of you have a handwork. You are a seamstress, you are a tailor, you can cut the hair nicely, you're a beautician. Whatever skills that you think you have, if you don't learn new ways to do those things, sooner than later you're going to be outdated, and you don't want that for yourself. So you need to keep thinking, be on your toes. How best can I meet up with the growing economy, with the growing world? Because we're living in a fast world right now. People want to eat what? Fast food. People do fast things. You want to use the internet, it's got to be fast, 5G. You want to drive a car, it's got to be fast. And then some of us have ended up becoming fast boys and fast girls. Like in Africa, they call you a fast guy. So fast guy, driving fast cars, eating fast food, driving on a fast lane. Everything is fast, using smartphones like that. So the same way, your mind too must also be fast. You must begin to renew your knowledge, renew the things you knew. Don't say online there's a lot of scammers. Yes, we know we have a lot of people that scam people. They come online, their duty is just to come online and try to scam people. But come to think of it, these people can even have that knowledge. As intelligent as you are, or as many people are, they're able to scam them. You see, so that's on the negative. But there are other positive things you can do online to help yourself, to generate wealth, and then you actually can sit at the comfort of your home every day, and then you would see yourself, your account is just growing greener and greener and greener and greener just by you pushing one or two buttons, knowing what to do. I tell people, I said, ultimately in life, if you know what to do, you're not going to be broke. If you know what to do, you will never be broke. But most times people are broke. People don't actually, they're not able to meet up with their needs because they don't know what to do with the information that they have. So if you keep learning new things, you keep having new informations, and you keep upgrading your mind, you keep upgrading your life, new skills, new ideas, new information keep coming your way, and you are trying all these things, you'll discover that your life will be different. Your life will be different. You see, your life will be different, and you find yourself growing. Keep growing, you're growing because you are doing new things, you're helping yourself. And then actually, so today we're going to look at crypto, and then we're going to define the word, what crypto is all about. I'm going to give you some simple definitions of what crypto is all about and what crypto stands for. Like I said, we have what we call our normal currencies. If you're in US, the US, they spend the dollar, right? You are in Africa, maybe Nigeria, you spend the naira. You're in Uganda, you spend is it the shillings now, or Kenya, the shillings. And then you're from Cameroon, maybe the CFA. And then the British or people from the UK, they spend the pounds or the euro. Then of course Canada, we have the Canadian dollar, Australian dollar. So several currency. The Chinese, they do their yen. Sorry, the Japanese do their yen, and so several currencies. We call all these local currencies based on their country, we call them fiat. We call them fiat currencies. So these are fiat currencies. that people use to you go to the grocery, you pay, and then your paper currency, your coins, these are the fiat, the national currencies. If you come to the crypto or the forex space, we call them the fiat currency. And then we have a digression now, or what's called an innovation, which is called what? The cryptocurrency. Cryptocurrency. And the cryptocurrency is actually a digital currency that we can equally use to make exchange, buy things, do whatever you're doing with your normal currency, with your banks, and all of that. So we want to, some good guys, some smart guys have come with what they call the blockchain technology that helps you keep track of all your crypto, your what you call your records. And then the blockchain technology is a very, very secured and highly secured and sophisticated technology that allows every transaction you do within the crypto space, within the crypto ecosystem, to be very valid. It cannot be easily hacked, because it's a very, very sophisticated. It has a very, very sophisticated technology. So that's why a lot of people are bold and confident in the crypto space. Exactly. So you want to take advantage of, if it's your first time to know about crypto, you want to take advantage of this, and then see how you can actually use it to help yourself, and then to start up a new dimension in your life today. So crypto is something you can actually do, I'm telling you. Then in our next video, we're going to talk about some other things. We're going to take it from the basics of the knowledge information you're going to be having today. We're going to give you much more information on how you can actually get into the crypto space, and then how you can actually guide your assets, manage your risk, and then the other things we're going to talk about. But today we're just going to take you through some very basic steps, the things you need to do to install, and the exchanges that you can actually use to start up with, and then to help you get going. So please make sure that you actually take your time to watch this video in full length, because if you try to skip them, you're going to miss some things in between, and you don't want that for yourself. So please make it a duty to ensure that you follow through to this video. I know it's going to be a long one, but you're going to be glad you actually paid full attention to it, because I'm taking my time to share this, to give you this knowledge, and I'm glad you're going to like it, you're going to love it, and it's going to be very, very helpful to you. So I started trading cryptos. That was early this year. Though I got into the space like last year, and then I paid some money, and then I started learning. I joined the master's class, and then I was being taken like a kid, like you take your child, you hold your child by the hands, and then you're taking him through a sidewalk. So I started learning, and I learned, and then though it didn't make much sense to me because I was quite busy, I would go to work and I would come back, and then I wouldn't have enough time to follow up on the things that I was being taught. But I paid a lot of money for such knowledge. I paid some money. So, but I just knew deep within myself, I need to do something extra. I cannot keep working like this. For how long am I going to continue to work under somebody, no matter how much I thought I was earning on them, no matter how big it looked or whatever it is? But I just knew this cannot be. This is not me, because as a kid, I always thought of doing big things, of having more than what I get. I always thought of having supplies from everywhere, this coming from here, this coming from here, and that only can be possible when I'm actually self-employed. So I told myself, I cannot continue to work under somebody. I cannot continue to be employed, because being employed limits what I can do, limits my ability, and also limits yours. So you can be employed for a while you equally learn one or two things within that sector. That's good, but don't think you're going to be there for the rest of your life. The world is changing. If you continue like that, someday some persons will come and take your job. And then, okay, look at people that, like, I remember in the 80s, in the 70s, in the 90s, we read books. And then we'll see that the banking sector was a huge sector that everybody wanted to get into. But today, the banks can only take just a handful of workers. Why? Because they have machines that can do the job of several people. Several people had to be on the counter to do what? To issue you money. They had to write something, sign something, count the money, give to you. No sooner than later, we had the machines that could count money, and then some people had to lose their job. Only one person probably will just stay and just monitor, So you don't need a long number of people staying and trying to count, and just one person could do the job of 5 persons. Why? There's a machine, there's a robot that can count the money, and guess what? The robot will even do it much more accurately. As if that was not enough, it didn't end there. We have ATMs. Now you don't have to even go on queue in a bank to get money or to pay money. You just go to your ATM. You can pay into the ATM. You can take money out of the ATM. You can withdraw. You can pay. So you see, these are graduations. Now, as we have these discoveries, these innovations coming up, people are being laid out of their job. So if you got a job in a bank in the 80s, in the early 80s, and then you thought, I'm going to work here for the rest of my life as a cashier or whatever it is, or you were going to lose your job in the next 10-20 years, of which, if you did not, and there's something that's when you have such mindset of staying somewhere for a long period of time, there's something it does to you. It cripples your thinking faculty. It cripples your productive mind, because now you're thinking of depending on just this. So when something comes and you cannot, just like the lizard, and then you're shocked, you're surprised, and then you go back. Even the little you're able to build, you will have ended up taking from there, and then until you have nothing again. So like I said, you must be innovative with what you're doing, even with your money. Even you that you think you run a company, you own a company, you own a business, you must be innovative. Think of newer ways to serve people. Think of newer ways to do things differently, and take advantage of what? Technology. Take advantage of technology that is around you. Don't just use the technology to just do social media. There's more you can do with all the technologies that you have. So think of how you can become more, and think of how you can do more. So the crypto is actually a digital, just like how you own assets. We own physical assets, like people own the landed property, people own houses, people own cars, people own gold, people own big assets all over the world, and these are physical assets. So that's my money there. And then when you see if you look into your garage, you see your Ferraris, your Lamborghini, your Bugattis, your Rolls Royce, you say, oh, this is where my money is. And when probably you could sell one and cash out, and then so these are assets. Though some assets are questionable. And then you look at where you have a couple of houses, either you built or you bought. Then you remember, oh, in California I have a house there, or I have a land somewhere in Asia, I have a house somewhere in Africa. These are assets. These are physical assets, tangible assets, and you have a title deed. You have a proof that, oh, this XYZ belongs to me, and then it's in your name. So anytime you can you can liquidate them into assets, into physical cash, into the fiat currency, and then use it. So they're all assets. But right now we've moved past the level of focusing on physical assets. Somebody told me, he said, if you were to invest in a physical asset or a digital asset, which are you going to choose? I told the person digital asset for me. And it looked like it was an argument. He said, but all this online thing, you don't see your money, you just see figures. Now, I'm taking digital asset because I have a solid risk management program. So I know what I'm talking about. So I will not advise you to do that. And mind you, whatever we're going to be saying here, whatever we've been saying here is not supposed to be what a financial advice. It's a disclaimer, so it's not a financial advice. So you don't go take these words and you need to vet it. You need to prove these words, backtest them, and then look at the words again. play the video again and look at how you can actually pick some of these things and graduate and grow. You don't just stop your life just because you heard you need to do this. You just stop what you're doing, or you resign from the company because you want to be an entrepreneur or becoming an employer of labor. There are stages. You need to learn first. You need to learn how to manage other people's enterprise before you can do yours, because if you don't have such training, you start yours and then you mess everything up and then you begin to regret, oh, why did I have to leave my where I was working, because there's a lot of, you have challenges to all these things. So you need to learn these things first. You need to have such proper knowledge and serve people that have done this. Watch them, read their books again and again and again, know what they did right, what they did wrong at the time they did it, and then when you start out your journey, you take one step at a time. You don't leap, you take a step at a time, and then you will be there. So it's going to be a journey of 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, maybe for some people 10 years, maybe even 15 or 20 years. It's a long-term goal. So it's not a short-term goal. Becoming an entrepreneur and a very, very profitable one, it's going to be a long-term goal. And the earlier you start, the better for you. So that's why I encourage young people, start thinking. At least start by thinking. When you start thinking, you discover that you have saved yourself some things. Then your mind is thinking. So even when you're working, your mind is thinking of producing. You're working for somebody, or you're thinking of producing. Sooner than later, that idea will come. The opportunity will come. But if you have money kept somewhere, you can actually take advantage of such opportunities. So I tell them I'm going to go for a digital currency, because the way the digital currency will appreciate the turnover, the revenue you're going to get within a short period of time. A landed property might not even give you, or a physical asset might not give you as much as that. You see, so that's why people trade crude oil, they trade gold, we do all of these things online, and then of course the cryptocurrency is one of the biggest one that came up, and then people are going into it. So if you go into it with the right knowledge, with the right information, with the right guidance, with the right mentors, with the right people coaching you, you actually find out that you have actually helped yourself. You've made a leap. There will be a paradigm shift from where you used to be to where you never thought possible. Maybe you were actually dreaming, you're dreaming of this life, but all of a sudden, this life that you were dreaming of is happening even before you. You see, so you must make sure that you actually put the right things in place first, with the proper training and with the proper mindset. So that's what we're talking about. So I told people I'm going to go for a digital currency, and then the reason is because while a land will appreciate for a space of 10 to 15 years, 20 years, or even more, you can buy a digital currency today, and within the next 2 months or less, or even more, you could have over 100% turnover. You see, so, and I don't like to just tie my money to something that will take a long period of time if I don't know what the future of this particular thing. So I like to know what I'm into and what I'm going to get into, and I like to be able to measure my risk, calculate my risk, and then I go into it, and then I know that yes, I have myself to blame if it doesn't work out. So that I try to bring up for us this crypto information, so that some of you can actually take advantage of it. And again, I tell people, when you're going to crypto, do not go into cryptocurrency with your life savings, with all your salary, with your school fees, with your rent. Like a smart investor, what are you supposed to do? The same way you save like about 10% of your salary, you just put aside and keep it. The same way when you're buying digital assets, you actually put money that you feel you can actually let go of, and then you watch it. What are you doing? You're back testing the process, you're back testing the system. So you put in such kind of money, even though you lose it, you know that you're taking a risk, because everything in life is all about risk. And then the bigger the risk you want to take, the bigger it goes for you, or it goes against you. So you must be smart when you're taking risk. So it's part of what we're going to look into in our subsequent videos. We're going to look at risk management, proper risk management, risk to reward. Something that is going to guide you to ensuring that you're not taking high risk you're taking a calculated risk that can actually give you what you want to and put you in a position where you want to be. Because for me, it's a long-term journey. It's a long-term journey, and whatever digital currency I own, I don't go selling them, no matter if I see that the market is becoming bullish. You know, no matter how bullish the market is, I just convert them into my stable coins, and then I recycle them. I wait for it to come down again, and then I buy up again. So I keep buying, and I don't have to always put in money all the time, because now I know how the system works. I know how to grow my digital currency, my digital assets. I know how to grow them from 1 to 10. As at when I started, I struggled. I struggled. When I say I struggled, I was not very confident to put in my money into it after learning, pay money to learn. Because now I'm seeing the coins going up, coming down, and every day I'm seeing different assets coming up again. I'm like, when are these assets going to stop popping up? Because if they keep coming, how will the old ones fare? So it was like the whole thing looked to me like it was strange. But the moment I kept on opening my exchange, the Binance, I kept opening it every day. I kept understanding some things, the more how the system was running, how it was working. And then very soon, I started seeing possibilities. And so today, we're going to start with what I'm going to share my screen to some of you so that you can see what I'm going to be doing. First, what I do is I actually would recommend that you trade crypto using what Binance platform. We have other platforms. We have what we call we have the Trust wallet, and we have other wallets, that are equally trusted as Binance is. But for me, Binance is just the way to go. So I recommend for you, if you want to use, you can use Binance. It's very, very helpful. There's a lot you can do. The interface is very, very easy to maneuver, and then it's easy to use. It's friendly. It's user friendly. And of course, you equally need to be guided, so that you don't lose your assets, because a lot of people lose their assets because they actually are clicking the wrong buttons. So just ask the right question. If you have a mentor, keep asking questions. How can I do this? What is this all about? And then when you keep doing that, you will discover that it becomes your best friend. There's no any day cannot pass by. No day will pass by without me opening my Binance exchange and seeing how my digital assets are doing. So now I'm a Binance Pro user. That's how come my interface is like this. For some of you, when you open your Binance phase, it's not like this. I'm going to show you what to do. I'm going to show you what to do to actually, because this is actually the Pro phase you want to have, and it's much more understandable to use. So, okay, let's assume you just downloaded your Binance app and then you've gotten verified. Those are the first steps you need to do to be on Binance. You download the app, you get registered, and then you get verified. You go through the process, and then you see this is what you're going to have. Boom, it's going to bring you here. So you'll be using what we call the Binance Lite, and then you see, and then this is how the Binance app, this is how the Binance Lite actually will look like. So it doesn't give you a whole lot of options to play with or to navigate. So when you're verified, this is what you're going to see. This is what you're going to see for yourself. This is what you're going to see. So then for you to move to what now? To the Binance Pro. I'll equally show you how to move from the Binance Lite into the Binance Pro. It's a very easy step. So just be patient with me, and then we'll go through it together, because it's something that you actually want to do for yourself. So just a minute. Yeah. So we keep going. Keep going. Okay, how did I get here? So these are various coins that, or various assets that you can actually add to your portfolio. And then with time, I'm going to be explaining I'm going to be telling you some of the assets you can actually go for, and then to be safe. People, currently the market is actually bearish, it's actually bearish, massively bearish, but I still know people that are still making money, even though the market is where it is today. They are still making their money. Why? Because they know how to invest. They know how to invest. So instead of buying from using this interface that is displayed when you have your Binance Lite, you can actually buy from here, convert from here. But I don't want us to buy from this particular phase. I want us to find our way to the Binance Pro. Then we'll use that to do what all we need to do. You see? So just give me a minute, I'll take you there, and then we can actually get going the way we should be. Just a second. So if you're verified, ensure that on a daily basis you're always opening your Binance app, and then keep looking at it, even though you don't understand that, because what you're actually doing is your subconscious memory needs to get used to things like this. Yes, I tell people, I say your subconscious memory needs to get used to things like this, and then the more you get used to the app, you play with it regularly, you discover that you become a pro using the app. You become a pro, big time pro using the app, because it becomes your friend. It's no more something that you're just from time to time. It's something that you become friends with, and when when you become very friendly with something, you discover that thing becomes it becomes a guide, it becomes a tool that you want to always spend time with. So from this interface that you're seeing, just go to your avatar, this thing that looks like a robot with a head. I'm going to click on it, and then this is what many people have. You see something like Binance Pro, you just click this white icon, which, like I'm pointing here right now, just tap it, and then you see, boom, takes you to where Binance Pro. So this is actually what you want to have and what you want to see, because here now you can see many options, and then the options are bigger, fuller, and then you can enjoy it more. And then so this moment I'm going to be sharing with you, after you've gotten verified and then you're now a Binance Pro user, I'm going to be teaching us how we can actually place our first order. And to place your first order, I tell people, I said, don't just buy coins, because you have to understand that there are several things you need to know before you start out. And if you don't have this knowledge, if you're not well guided, you will just make some little error, of course, of which those errors will be actually good, but because nothing is wasted, no knowledge is lost. But it's properly if you're well guided, and if you want us to guide you, we can actually guide you, we can actually mentor you as time goes on, and then you will see that you will actually enjoy it. The reason why I grew so fast in cryptocurrency, in my knowledge, because I had people that were guiding me. I had friends, that I would ask questions, and then, they will always be there to teach me new things. When I saw something new in the app, I would just go and ask questions and make my research. Of course, you always make sure that you do your research on a daily basis. Even before you get any coins, you buy any digital asset, you ensure that you do some background check. Use the coin market app to check the initial coin offering of this particular asset. Check the white paper. Check everything you need to check. Do your research. Check speculative supply. Check all you need to check about these particular coins, and then you see that when you know all these things, it becomes easier for you to know the future of a particular coins. Not every coins that you have today will do well, and it's not every coins that somebody will suggest to you that it means you must buy them. If you come to me and tell me buy XYZ coins or buy XYZ assets, I'll tell you, okay, give me some time. I will go to do my own diligent work. I'll do my research about such coins, make my research, get knowledge, look at the people behind that project, the coin I mean, and then look at is the coin, is it a solid project? Is it something that, like we have what we call the pump and the dump. People just come and then they put some people together, put some money together, and then they roll out a coin, and then they pump it, and then the coin looks like it's doing well, and then before you know it, it goes down, and then the coin is no more heard of, it's just there. So we call such projects pump and dump. We have several projects like that. So you don't want to find yourself, investing in such project, because you will have just put your money where it will not really help you, you know. And then also, if you're buying your digital as place your buys, I prefer you buy the stable coins, which is the USDT, and of course the BUSD. Now, Binance has its token, Binance has its native token, which is the BNB native coin, and then Binance also has its own native fiat. I call it native fiat or current, just like how you have the US dollar is to the US, naira is to the Nigerian NG, like that. Pounds is to what, Britain, like that. Binance has its own fiat, which I call the BUSD. So, and Binance USD is very easy. A lot of people, I love buying with the BUSD, but I equally like having some USDT. The USDT is like, now these are stable coins that no matter the rise and fall of other digital currency, like for instance, in the past couple of days, Bitcoin practically went from 21,000 to 22,000. It has been playing around 20,000. It came down to where? To $16,000. It even went to 15,000. You see, if I click on this Bitcoin now, you will see what I'm talking about. You actually see, let's look at, you see, lowest low 15,555. This was November the 9th. That was last week, Wednesday. Bitcoin went to 15,500. Now, within the past 1 month, Bitcoin has been struggling between 21,400, but all of a sudden, something happened, and we're going to be discussing more some of the things that can influence the market to go down bearishly big time, to have a free fall like it did within this past few days, and what can even make it to have a free rise again, to just go up like that. So you must prepare yourself for times like this. And then if you have stable coins like the USDT I talked about, the BUSD, it gives you the opportunity to be able to buy at this 15,500 without you not being there when it happened. So in our next class, we're going to be looking at setting pending orders. We're going to be looking at how you can set your pending orders, and then your pending orders can help you buy at a very, very low price even when you're not there. So these are the things we're going to be guiding you through, but today we are practically looking at how you can actually fund your wallet. So like me, I'm in Dubai here right away. So my I'm going to be buying through the AED. That's the UAE dirhams, Arab Emirate dirhams, AED. So I'm going to be buying with the AED. So what I'll just do is, when I come to the interface where they wrote home, I have the P2P trading, which is you're seeing here. Then I have buy with this. There are several ways you can buy. Then you have this more, this section, this icon, the more icon. You can actually click on it, and then it will bring you to, then you see here, buy crypto, like I'm pointing, buy crypto. So you can buy from there. Okay, let's tap it, let's follow it through. When you tap there, you will see that it's going to give you can buy. I want to buy the BUSD with what? With AED. So you can buy with dollars, you can buy with your local currency, with your fiat currency, through your bank account, using what? Your Visa card or your MasterCard. So these are the two acceptable gateway, the Visa card and the MasterCard, that you can use to buy on the Binance platform. through any bank or any exchange or any paying third party exchange body that allows you to make payments or to buy things online. So what you want to do, let's assume I want to buy for 1000 AED. I want to buy a BUSD. What if I want to buy other coins? I just tap this side, which is buy USD. I just tap it, then it gives me a list of other coins that I can actually buy. The Bitcoin is there, the BNB is there. If I don't want to scroll, I'll just tap the search icon, and let's assume I want to buy the USDT. I'll just type USDT, which is also a stable coin. I tap on it, see? Now it will change from buy USD to now buy USDT, as you can see here. So whatever you want to buy, you can always tap on it. If you want to buy if you want to buy BTC, which is a Bitcoin, BTC, see, then you click on BTC, so you can see. So any coins that you want to buy, you can impute that coin from this portion of the screen, But we're not buying any coins right now. We're going to be buying stable coins. We have different types of coins. We have the stable coins, we have the altcoins, we have several types of coins. So we're going to talk about that later. Stable coins are coins that are pegged to the dollar, and usually they flow with the rate of dollar globally. So USDT is one of them, BUSD is one of them, and there are other stable coins, but these are the two that I love playing around with. And I love BUSD because it's a native coin to Binance app. So I don't have to pay a lot of charges, gas fees and all that. It reduces that and almost up to zero. So that's why I love it. So you want to buy 1000 pieces of what? AED, then you come to this place that tells you weekly, daily, bi-weekly, monthly. Now there's a topic we're going to look into subsequently in our subsequent video, which is called dollar cost averaging. When you want to buy, I'm going to take time to look into, to talk to you about it, so you don't just go and buy. One thing about crypto or forex, the markets usually will have to go up to come down. Now, why does it always go up like a wave of an ocean? It goes up to come down like that. When it goes up, you make a profit, then it comes down. Most times when it goes up, it's green. It means the market is bullish. When it's going up, it means you can actually sell at that moment, because it means you're in profit. When the market is going up, you're in profit. It's going up, it signifies what? Profit. You should be in profit. When you see the market is green, when you see the chart is green, like when you open your BNB, you open your home dashboard, you see all the whole coins. Sometimes you will see the icons are red. It means it's bearish. The market is going down at that point. At such point, these are not the times you go ahead and sell. If you sell, you will have lost money. Now you don't make profit or make losses when you don't sell your asset. If Bitcoin rises from $16,000 that it is right now to $50,000, and let's assume you have only 2 Bitcoins in your wallet. Now, until you sell those 2 coins, you're not actually going to, you cannot really say you have made extra $50,000, as the case may be. Let's assume Bitcoin was 16,000 and then it went to 76. Now the difference is what? 60,000, right? $6,000 extra. That money is just there. It's not really your money until you cash out. The same way, if Bitcoin goes from the $16,000 that it is now to maybe $6,000, that's the 10,000, and you bought at 16,000. Now it's at 10,000. It's at 6,000. Now there's 10,000 dollar lost. Now, if you did not also sell, you're not actually in loss. You have not made any loss, as the case may be. So until you cash out at any point, whether it's in profit or you're in loss, your money is still, your Bitcoin, your 2 Bitcoin is still 2 Bitcoin. You see, the value is what it has been what has changed, but your asset, the number of assets that you have, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, Litecoin, as the case may be, you still have that same number. So that's why when you're trading Bitcoin, you trade with money that you don't want to, you're not in a hurry to use. Maybe you don't have plans for it in the next 6 months, in the next 1 year. You just take a portion of it, you invest, you put it inside, and then it's there. So even if the market sometimes goes down, because I tell you, the market must go down. It is the way the system has been designed. We have big people in the market, we call the market whales, the Elon Musk, the Bill Gates, the big guys. They trade all these currencies on a daily basis. They put money, they remove money to do things. So these are the things that can actually influence, and some, of course, some economy, some news, and so these things can influence the sudden hike in the market. So when this market is going up, is coming down, you're not actually going to be cashing out. When it goes up, what you should do, you should convert your BTC or your coins, your altcoins and your main coins, you convert them to BUSD or to USDT. You're going to have more. I'm going to show you more into that. There's a lot to talk about. So this video cannot say all. I'm telling you, it cannot say all. So when we talk about dollar cost averaging, we're talking about buying in bits. We're going to analyze all that in our next video. You're buying actually in bits. Like this $1,000 now, you want 1,000 AED. I want to buy with. I can actually buy like 4 times within a week or within a month. So when I put weekly, tap this weekly, it means I'm putting this 1,000. So at every week, it's going to be giving me this. So let's assume Bitcoin, as it is right now, is $16,000 this week, and I buy like today. Because it's weekly, it means every week I'm going to be, I just put some amount, and I set some limits that will make it look like, okay, use 250 AED out of this 1,000 to be buying for me weekly, on a weekly basis. So in a whole month, I can actually, instead of me to have bought BTC at where it is right now for $16,000, I can buy it 4 times if I want. You see, so we're going to look more into that. But for the purpose of today, or what we're handling at hand, we're looking at one-time purchase. This is going to buy one-time purchase. You go to one-time purchase, you leave it there, and then you click confirm, and then you buy what? BUSD. So you see, it will tell you the amount. So before you go there, you input your card details, and then you click on confirm, and then boom, it goes into your wallet. So I'll be showing your wallet in a moment. We call it spot wallet. It's actually where all your coins are. So when you come down here, this portion, you see wallet, you tap on it. Now any coins that you buy will be here. We have the overview, then you have the spot. Any coins, any assets that you get for yourself, it will transfer to this spot account, or what you call spot wallet. We have several wallets in the Binance. We have the funding wallet. But this is like a general wallet that you have. Nothing happens to it. If it goes up, it comes down, it's just there. The margin and the futures are trading wallets. So you transfer from spot to other wallets. Let's assume you want to trade now. You want to trade, Bitcoin and other coins, based on futures and all that. You can transfer from the spot wallet to your trading account and fund it, and then when you make profit or whatever, you transfer it back. So you don't leave it. You always have to leave whatever it is in your spot wallet. So any purchase you make, it comes straight to your wallet. It's like your normal bank account. It's just there. Nothing, no matter the economy, your money is there. So that's how the spot wallet is built. So for today, we have successfully dealt with how you can actually fund your wallet by getting some BUSD. Maybe in our next class, we're going to look at how you can actually, after you have bought USDT or BUSD, how you can actually use these coins to set what you call market limit, either a buy limit or a sell limit. So we're going to now, a buy limit is when you want to buy using your BUSD that you have in your wallet. So like I told you, I said I buy my assets, I shop for my assets, not when I'm actually operating my laptop or my system or my phone or my phone. I just make some command and leave it. I could actually be doing other things, maybe sleeping, maybe I'm on transit, and the market will just be going. When it comes down, when it gets to the point that I set it, it will just trigger it to activate for me. So I'm going to teach you more on that in my next video, and then you'll see how you can use. So but if you want to buy directly, like we were trying to buy, you can just put your Bitcoin and then you just buy at that price, and you might not have more. But if you buy through if you use your market limit, you can have more coins. You can buy at a cheaper rate instead of buying at the rate it is. It's like when you go into the market today and then you saw a bottle of milk, and then they said this bottle of milk goes for $5. And then there's a day we call the black market, which prices of things will go down. So when you buy on a black market day, maybe it might be $3. So setting limits helps you to buy on such discounted prices, and then you don't have to be there to know when that price has actually go down. So you're just setting that limit. When it gets there, it triggers. Same when you want to also sell, just put it at the price you want to sell it, and then you go to sleep. When the market just goes up to that place, it triggers, transfers everything to your spot wallet. You just come and see that, oh, I have my assets in my wallet, and then you keep growing your coins. So I'll also teach you how you can grow your coins from where it is to where you want it to be. So it's a whole lot of opportunity. It's actually a basket of plenty of opportunities, varieties. This Binance app is highly sophisticated and highly safe, and I strongly recommend it to many of you. So this is where we're going to be drawing the curtain for today. Don't forget to subscribe if you have not done so. Don't forget to like the video. Of course, don't forget to share if you have to share, and don't forget to make comments. If there are other things you want us to talk about that you want to understand more, you can just go to the comment section, drop it, and then we'll look at it, do our research towards it, and of course, I told you, apart from cryptocurrencies, we're going to even going into forex. We're going to be going into drop shipping. We're going to be going into a whole lot of things. But some of you would like to do import and export. You want to know how to calculate your shipping fees. You want to know how to do drop shipping. You want to know how to source for goods, good vendors, and all that. So we're going to give you a whole lot of information. Just stay glued. I told you, the Gifted Ambrose channel is a channel you don't want to joke with, because you have a lot of information that you will need to help yourself, to help you build that productive asset that we talk about. Information is very, very powerful, and people pay for it. So you're going to be getting on a platter of gold. So until I come your way in my next video, ensure that you stay positive, ensure that you are always challenging yourself. Your best days are coming ahead. Your best days, if you think today you are having it all, then it can be better. Then if you think you're a nobody today, you're starting out live, the future is bright for you. Just keep following this mentorship page, and then you'll see that in the next 3 to 6 months, a lot of things will change about your life. That is if you really want to change your mindset. You have to change your mindset, change the way you think, change the way you factor a lot of things, and then you'll see that things will begin to happen for you. So we're going to go back, and then I will actually come your way again next time. And keep subscribing, keep liking, keep sharing, keep enjoying the good benefits of building productive assets. You can never go wrong when you actually think of becoming an entrepreneur. You can never go wrong. So just be the best version of you are. Keep dreaming, keep pushing, keep grinding, and then sooner than later you will be glad you did. Thank you so much, and love you.